Hello guys and welcome to another video. This one is going to be Realmshifter, well early game Realmshifter versus Arisen Morrigan. How to get just enough damage to be able to kill her over time. Might not be the shortest time ever, but don't look at this gear by the way. I'm just switching it out now. I'm just switching it out now. So this one would come from tier 9. So this is the Arisen Ithra's blade. It's not a good one. I think it's like 170 or 180. Honestly, I'm not sure. But the fact that it isn't renumbered, I believe it isn't good. Because this is the one I had really early. And that's just Master Forged anyway. As is the Mighty Griffin's Shield. I would use a Feyeti coat here if I had one. Which I kinda have a little baby one, I think. Oh no, I think I banked it. Oh, here it is. So this one does not have in any adornments. It is level 10, so it might have a little stats on it, but it's not going to be too far off of your stats. For boots, I would use something simple. So I would assume you guys have something like Third Horseman boot, something that has defense and resistance, but no, what do you call that now? But no ward, yes. So I might just use something. I want to use something weak, but I don't want to use something unreasonably weak because I'm only 5 Ascensions in Realmshifter. And then I have my stuff that I ensure that I can't be burned, frozen, which Feyeti coat handles, paralyzed or rot. And we have to use our slots very wisely. Sorry, I am on the wrong specialization. So I will go over quickly what the Realmshifter passives do, and what you're going to try to do is to try to utilize the passives as best you can. And since we're only doing from levels 225 to like 230, we won't have blood shift, which is 235, which means that we won't really be looking to do criticals. We'll just be looking to do consistent damage and to be weakening her so she focuses on doing her dispel too. So resurgence is you become more powerful as your HP decreases in battle, and as you lose 1% HP, you gain 1% of your stats. So at 1 HP, you have like 99% of your stats, or thereabout, like a lot of your stats. So, and with Realmshifter, there is this thing called high tenacity, where self-inflicted status effects like berserks will not kill you. So you will be camping 1 HP as best you can, so that you are most tanky because she is very strong, and you will also be using like buffs from other classes. So I'm going to show you those buffs. That 2 are essential. So as a Realmshifter, I would hope that you had heard that you need to get the Atlas Vanguard, is it? Or is it Titan Guard? I'm gonna look and be sure. And yes, it is the Atlas Vanguard class, the tier 8 warrior class, and the skill is Divine Bastion. And honestly, Guardian Strikes and Purifying Strikes are not the worst spells to pick up too. Like Guardian Strikes especially has a high penetration now. They reworked it recently. And you must pick this class up, guys, because Divine Bastion is like the bread and butter of Realmshifter, because while you are at 1 HP, you are going to be taking damage. So the way to negate that damage is to have it be absorbed by your ward. Another really good skill that you might want to have, depending on just how much magic damage you're taking, would be the Ward of Balor skill, and that will help you to resist the magic damage coming from Arisen Morrigan. So recharge 2, if you land a critical you will regain HP, meaning that you will reset your passive a lot depending on how much HP you regain, and that means that where you were once invincible, like not taking any damage or taking little damage, you will now take a lot of damage because you no longer have almost half your stats. Mystic Feather, when you are at 1 HP, you have a 70% chance of dodging. So that is pretty much that. Like, as you take damage, your dodge chance increases. I just explained High Tenacity, so I won't go over that again. Saboteur 2, you deal extra damage to ward, that won't be relevant here. And Realm's Light, you get more view distance, that will not be relevant here either. So the main skill that I want you guys to use, and you can throw in stuff like Osmo Strikes and Omni Strikes. Actually, no, you won't have the space for it. You won't actually, no, ignore me. You are going to mainly use Swordplay, and Swordplay 3 is most likely what you'll have. So, and you're going to be bringing Cure Bleeding. I'm going to be switching over to the Raider Specialization, because Raider Specialization is a really strong one. You are seeing me as Magi, that's why I have a zillion adornment slots. I assure you I will not have nearly that. But Raider is a really good one because it gives you the Berserk 3 buff, which gives you an additional defensive buff. It's so good. So we're gonna hop into her shortly. I just want to show you guys everything, like the gear that we're using, like just every piece, so that there's no confusion. We will not be using Blood Shift, we will not be using the Gate of Gunner, because those are just going to be, Gate of Gunner is going to be bad because you can't take the magic damage as is. I'm going to be using Divine Bastion instead of Divine Bastion 2. I have Ward of Balor 2. You can have Ward of Balor. I won't be using the Deific Channel because you might not have it as a fresh Realmshifter. You need Golem's Fortitude and you need Barrier 2, so go back to the classes that give those. You will not be using Worm's Song because you will not be using critical damage. You will be using Ward of Ortonite as your first thing because you definitely want to be tanky before you try to do Divine Bastion. You don't want to go into the fight then start with Divine Bastion, as I see some people do. That is very risky. Anyway, I will be back in a sec. So we're now in the fight. The very first thing you should do, as I said, is to put on your ward. As you can see, we will not have much of it. So now we're going to put on Berserk. Oh dear. Okay, we're dead, guys. We're dead. We are gone. We're out of here. We are out of here, it would seem. I think. Alright, she's waiting. So whenever you see her waiting, guys, that is her first waiting, means you have 3 turns. So if you start your cast before her, if she isn't waiting, you are safe to cast your Divine Bastion or whatever. if you see her say waiting, you are not safe to do that. So it's as simple as that. If you see her say she's waiting, do not cast any type of DC, any type of 3-turn, anything. So right now, you cannot cast. That is her second waiting. So as soon as she says she's waiting, you have to wait for her. And you just allow her to even do that. You're not even going to, because I'm going to use something to clear my... You can't use Cure All to clear bleeding, by the way. I'm going to use something to clear my attack down. So you can use Panacea, or you can use the Ambrosia, or you can use the Ichor. So since you guys might not have access to Ichor, I'm not going to use it, even though I really want to. So I'm going to use Cure Bleeding here to ensure that I don't die from bleeding. And then I'm going to use... I don't have Mimic's Mischief in here for some strange reason, guys, but Mimic's Mischief would have been what I used there. And I'm going to use, since she is not waiting, I'm going to, awesome. And then I'm going to use Divine Bastion again. And she won't kill me in one shot here because she is not waiting already. So Ward of Balor now is where you would spam Ward of Balor, so you can get some resistances and you can get some ward turns. And you have to watch out. As I said, if you see her waiting, just know that you have a few turns and then she's going to try to one-shot you. And as you can see, she can still do some damage. It's crazy. She's so strong. But all you're going to do is focus on getting on the 4 elements, because those are what she does. Your shield does the dragon element. I'm not sure if I mentioned that earlier, but yes, that is what the shield is for. You're going to cure bleeding here. So it takes a little bit to set up, but I'm telling you, it's going to be a bit comfortable. It's going to be more comfortable than you guys thought. She's waiting now, so you know that you have to get your cure bleeding prepared. So it's gonna say she's waiting. So it says she's waiting 1 turn. So remember, I told you guys, if she says she's waiting, it means that by your next 2 turns, meaning if you start a 3-turn cast, by the time you are ready to do anything, she is going to do her thing, then you are going to still do whatever. So if you have started a 3-turn cast, you will die to the bleeding if the bleeding procs. If you get lucky, it might not, but luck is rare in this game. And I just, even me procking the final one, the fire one, it's like at some point I wonder, like, is it worth it? is the time used trying to apply Ward of Balor worth it? And why exactly is the proc rate so low on 2? Like, so imagine Ward of Balor. Anyway guys, I'm going to get into it and I'm going to start doing the damage. And with swordplay, not only will I give myself the temp up once every now and again, I will be giving her some negative stats, and I just do it slowly. And see, sometimes, as I said, she is going to get mad and use the spell too, meaning give you free reign to smack her a bit. And pretty much that is what I like to do. When she procs your defense down, you're going to need to do something like Panacea again, and you're going to need to Divine Bastion up or something. Or if you have double edge, that would be even better. But I usually Divine Bastion because I know I'm going to take some damage. So, and then as I said, as long as she isn't already casting her waiting whatever, her coup de grace, you are safe to do your Divine Bastion. And now I might get a little bit bigger of a hit because I procced it down. And now we're gonna hop back into the Cure Bleeding. So it's not gonna be the fastest ever, but if you just be patient with Realm for a little bit, better days are coming at level 235. Cure Bleeding. And this is the normal Chimera, by the way. This isn't the phase Chimera. It is available all year round in case people are going to tell me that I'm using an event thing. There's no event things in here. Everything is available all year round that I'm using. Wait, what helmet am I using again? Scratch his head. Did I change my helmet? Lol. I think I'm actually using Feyeti horns with crit adornments that are reducing my stats because I'm not using crit, so it's not benefiting me in any way. Wow, that's sad, but that's fine. And here, as I said, she has not yet started to channel anything. So, and my stats are all down, so she can technically one-shot me regardless. So best I can do is just Divine Bastion. She's probably going to kill me now if she does anything at all. Okay, awesome. And I just continue and hope it procs something that she can dispel. Yes, so that's pretty much all we're trying to do, get her to dispel stuff. And as I said, she has not started waiting. No, she started waiting, guys, but I started before, so I'm faster than her. Goofy ass. And you just smack her around like simple. In a few tries you've killed her. And I do not have a zillion ascension levels in Realmshifter. I only have 5 ascension levels in Realmshifter, so anybody can do this. And you guys will most likely have like a God-forged item or two that are not reducing your stats and your attack like my horn is. I would recommend the Old Northern Crown as your headpiece because that gives a bit of ward too, and even the most basic version is good. Because it allows you to get a bit of ward, a lot of adornment slots. It makes it so that you can't get that attack down that I just had to clear. Old Northern Crown is so good, so you're definitely going to want to pick that up from the NPC bar, and you will have to look into that yourself. I'm not going to explain all of that, but that is a good one. That's a good item. So Old Northern Crown. And if I am not clear enough when I speak, feel free to ask me in the comments to repeat or to remind you what I said. And I'm at what? 5 million damage. Still alive and kicking her ass. So I like Charmer too, but I kind of like this better because I think I take a lot less damage using Raider Spec, and I think Swordplay helps me to take a lot less damage as well. And as you can see, it's not, some people complain that, oh, I have to micromanage whatever. I don't even play Realm often, and it's quite easy to just cure bleeding. It's very easy. Like, she won't get the chance. She won't get a chance to fuck me. And 6 million damage, and this one has become a pretty good one. I think this one, guys, if you follow this guide, you will definitely be able to do like 5 million damage or so on Arisen Morrigan in one turn, and all you really need to do is do that like 3 times and you've halved her. And I'm one of those persons that I don't mind if you take a while to do your 50% damage on my world raid bosses. I'm not really fussy like that. I'm more fussy if you try to do more than 50%. I don't like that. But if you're going to trade Arisen Morrigans and you can't find anybody who is willing to wait for you to do it, then you can come into my server, my Discord server, and try to trade with me. We might even be able to duo some. See, I'm at 7 mil damage, like, with ease. Without even using DC. Without using any type of, what would I call it now, event weapon or event gear or anything. Just normal stuff that everybody can get. I'm even using an amity that is supposed to be for critical, so it's not you helping me at all. So I would say the Old Northern Crown, Fayette coat, the boots are up to you. The Third Horseman boots are fine. Final Horseman boots are fine. I would say if you can get your hands on some Ashen Phoenician boots, those would be amazing. But that might be a task. So I would say just get some shoes with some defense and some resistance on it, and you should be fine. Wow, we're doing so much damage. I didn't expect to be doing this much damage with this gear. So my next video will be on another class trying to do just this. Thank you guys so much for watching as usual. Shout out to my patrons. You have Sexy Moto. Oh my god, my dog is out there now. Alright guys, love my patrons. They know themselves. Shout out to them. Take care of yourself.